Hello, my dear students. So today I'm going to start the next topic, that is ecosystem. Okay. So I think you have already studied in geography what is the definition of ecosystem, but still I'm going to give the definition. I'll define how what is the meaning. Okay, what is the meaning of that ecosystem? So ecosystem is defined as a group of living and non-living things which are interdependent and found in a particular type of environment. So once again, here you have to understand what is ecosystem. It is defined as a group of living and non-living, okay, group of living and non-living things. They are interdependent with each other and found in a particular type of environment, like we people living in our environment. So we can see that many living things, non-living things are present in our environment. So every day we see living organism includes plants, animals, human beings. Similarly, non-living organism includes table, chair, okay, water and some other type of minerals. So we are interdependent with each other, okay, and these constitute our environment. And with the help of that environment we can see that our ecosystem is formed. So ecosystem, okay, ecosystem is destroyed by various factors. Nowadays we can see that our ecological balance has been disturbed. So here we are going to discuss the causes. What are the causes of that ecological disbalance, or we can say that what are the causes of destruction of that ecosystem? Okay, so you have many question in your mind, like what are the things that disturbs our ecosystem? So various things are there, various causes are there that disturb our ecosystem. So number one we have, okay, let's start this next topic, destruction of ecosystem. Okay, destruction of ecosystem. So number one we have land use, pattern. Okay, land use pattern. So how the land has been used, or how the land is being used nowadays. So we know that the population are increasing day by day. So once the population is increasing day by day, the consumption of different types of resources, consumption of resources means consumption of food items as well as other resources present in our economy or present in our country. So use of that mineral resources, maybe forest, maybe water, maybe other type of resources are being used or exploited too much. And because of that too much exploitation of whether it is natural resources or some man-made resources, what problem is arising? That is disturbing our ecosystem or ecological balance has been disturbed. So among all this, one of the important, okay, one of the important factor is deforestation. Okay, so land use, okay, one of the important factor is deforestation. So nowadays there is a continuous removal or cutting down of the trees. So why that trees are cutting down, or why the removal of that trees are taking place? Because of various factors. There are various reasons for this deforestation. Number one, maybe for the agricultural purpose, human settlement, construction of dams, buildings, factories, industries, minings, and so on. Various factors are there. Because of that, deforestation is taking place. And because of this deforestation, our ecological balance or the ecosystem has been disturbed. So that is the one of the important causes of that destruction of ecosystem. What is the important factor that causes destruction of ecosystem? We can say that land use pattern, or how the land is being used. So nowadays the land is being used for various purpose. We see that the population are continuously increasing, and there is a huge demand for the various types of resources, maybe food resources, okay, as well as other types of mineral resources, water, okay, maybe other resources like different gold, no, and other minerals. So due to that, the land use pattern is being changed. Now due to that, what is happening? Deforestation is taking place. So what are the reasons for this deforestation? Human settlement, okay. Then we can say that for agricultural purpose, since the population is increasing, so there is a huge demand of food grains. So in order to cultivate more amount of food grains, there is no other option than deforestation. So people are continuously cutting down the trees and clearing the forest for the agricultural purpose. Similarly, for the construction of dams, we are continuously clearing the forest, and for other purpose also, like requirement of raw materials for different industries, for plywood, no, plywood industry, for paper industry. What is happening? Deforestation is taking place. Now the second causes of, okay, destruction of ecosystem is industrialization. So we know that industrialization means rapid growth of industries. Due to rapid economic growth and industrialization, there is a huge exploitation of mineral resources as well as different types of resources. So once the resources is being exploited in a large amount, what will happen? Our ecological balance will disturb, ecosystem will disturb, and due to that ecosystem, we are facing lots of consequences. Okay, now how the industrialization is affecting or polluting our environment or disturbing our ecosystem. So various waste, okay, generated by the different industries, that causes pollution to our environment. Our environment is continuously polluting, and because of that, what is happening? Different adverse impact is coming on our economy or in on our country. So our country is facing lots of adverse impact of that destruction of ecosystem. So will be the final, who will face the problem of that destruction of this ecosystem? We people, okay, we people will be responsible for that, and we will be facing lots of problem in our life. Sometimes what happens that due to mining, no, due to mining, they are digging up and finding out the different mineral resources, and because of that, they are disturbing our ecosystem. Okay, as I said, how the mining is affecting or disturbing our ecosystem. In the same way, this manufacturing sector or manufacturing units is also affecting or disturbing our ecosystem. So we can see that the manufacturing units, they are discharging various type of chemicals, okay, and that chemical causes water pollution, maybe soil pollution, and that hampers the ecosystem. Next one, automobiles. So automobiles is also responsible for a destruction of our ecosystem. We can see that the various types of pollution, okay, pollution arising from these automobiles, the emission of carbon dioxide, carbon monoxide, etc. So this all the gases, okay, poisonous toxic gases is also affecting our ecosystem. Now third causes is urbanization. So urbanization means rapid growth of population, okay, rapid growth of population, or we can say that when the population of a country is increasing, and due to that increase in population, if the forest is being cleared, okay, more construction of roads, railways, dams, bridges, etc., if all these things are taking place, means conversion of rural into urban or towns and cities, that is called actually urbanization. So when the urbanization takes place, what happens that the ecological balance gets disturbed, okay, there will be the loss of biological diversity. So these are the reasons of urbanization. Okay, next reason is shifting cultivation. So shifting cultivation means Especially it happens in the case of tribal population, or that is also called zooming cultivation. So a group of people living in one particular area, they will use that land for the cultivation. Okay, once the fertility of soil will be exhausted, then they will move to the another area and try to find out the fresh soil for the fresh cultivation. So in that way also what is happening, they are continuously exploiting all soil resources, and that also causes ecological disbalance. So sometimes what they do, that in the case of this shifting cultivation, once they are using a particular land in one area, once the fertility of the soil is exhausted, they will move to the other area, and they might clear the forest. Okay, if there is a forest, they will clear the forest, cutting down of the trees, and again they will start cultivation. So due to that also the deforestation is taking place, and that have huge impact on our ecosystem, or ecological disbalance will takes place, ecosystem will be disturbed. Okay, next one we have dwelling units. Okay, so to accommodate the migrating population in cities, more and more dwelling units are being constructed to meet the increasing demand for transport facility. This involves conversion of croplands, okay, and of forest land into urban settlement. So due to that dwelling units, what is happening, that there is a continuous conversion of cropland into construction of maybe transport facilities, maybe housing facilities. Similarly, what is happening, forest area is also converted into dwelling units. So they are using that land for the construction of railways, roads, okay, maybe for the residential houses. Okay, now due to that what is happening, our ecosystem is getting disturbed. So these all are the reasons, or we can say that these all are the causes of destruction of ecosystem. Now I am going to start next topic, that is labor. So labor is also one of the important factors of production. So we have done in the previous case that land is a passive factors of production, because in order to operate on that land, what is needed, labor is needed. So labor is what type of factors of production, active. Land is active factors of production. So labor is active factors of production. Once again listen, land is passive factors of production and labor is active factors of production, because in order to operate that machinery, capital or land, what is needed, at least labor is needed, and because of that labor is called active factors of production. Now we have to come to the definition. What is labor? So labor is defined as both any type of physical or mental effort used in the process of production. Okay, so we can say that labor is the amount of physical, mental and the social effort used to produce goods and services in an economy. Whenever any workers, if that workers is using his physical or mental effort in any kind of production in an economy, then that is called labor. Okay, this is the definition. Once again, already define labor. When workers are using their physical or mental effort in the process of production in an economy, then that is called labor. Now that labor is also of a different type. So now we will move to the classification of labor. Classification of labor. Now generally this labor is classified into three groups. One is skilled, semi-skilled and unskilled. Now before starting this classification of labor, I forgot one thing to mention. First, labor. So this labor, as I said, it may be physical or mental effort. So I forgot to explain this physical and mental effort. So what type of effort is called physical effort? When any worker is using his power to carry on his work, like construction workers, okay, porters or coolie. When porters or coolie, they are using their physical effort, or construction workers, the one who is carrying bricks, the one who is carrying sand, the one who is carrying some rods. So this type of labor is called physical effort. Now what is mental effort? Mental effort means the workers, one who is using his brain, one who is using his knowledge, talent in the process of production. So that is called mental effort. So will come under who will come under that type of labor? Doctors, engineers, lawyers, that all comes under this worker or the labor who is providing their mental effort in the process of production. Okay, so this is the difference between physical effort and mental effort. Now I am moving to the classification of this labor. So labor is classified into three parts: skilled, semi-skilled and unskilled. Here you have to understand what type of labor is called skilled labor, what type of labor is called unskilled and semi-skilled. So let's start with this skilled labor. So skilled labor are those type of labor who has gone for long time period of training. That means the one who has gone for training for at least 3 or 4 years. So the one who has gone for training, time period may be 3 to 4 years. So the workers who have gone for long period of training are called skilled labor. So who will come under that? Who are trained labor? Doctors, engineers, lawyers, even teachers, they all are the example of skilled labor because they have gone for training at least for 3 to 4 years. So here examples are doctors, engineers, lawyers, etc. Now next we are moving to the semi-skilled labor. So what type of labor is called semi-skilled labor? So the workers who has gone for training for a very short period of time, maybe for 1 month, maybe for 2 months, maybe for maximum 6 months, not more than that. So any worker who are trained only for very short period of time, maybe for 1 month, 2 months, 3 months or less than 6 months, so they are categorized under this semi-skilled labor. Now who will come? Okay, what type of labor will come under that? So taxi driver, okay, taxi driver, a waiter, carpenter, etc. So they all come under what type of labor? Semi-skilled labor. Now last one we have unskilled labor. So unskilled labor are those labor who have not gone for any kind of training. Okay, they are untrained, they are without any kind of training, they don't have any professional knowledge. Whereas in the case of this skilled and the semi-skilled labor, they have professional knowledge as well as they are experienced. Whereas in the case of this unskilled labor, he don't have any kind of training, without any experience. That means experience is also not there, plus they are not involved in any kind of profession. Okay, they are not professional, they are untrained and they are not experienced also. So who will come under that unskilled labor? So specially porter, P-O-R-T-E-R, porter, coolies, construction workers, workers like the one who is carrying bricks, cement, sand, etc. They come under this unskilled labor.